The first half of life is devoted to forming a healthy ego. The second half is going inward and letting go of it. Find out what a person fears most, and that is where he will develop next. If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. We cannot change anything unless we accept it. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Words are animals, alive with a will of their own. The pendulum of the mind oscillates between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no recipe for living that suits all cases. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. The reason for evil in the world is that people are not able to tell their stories. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Nights through dreams tell the myths forgotten by the day. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. There can be no transforming of darkness into light, and of apathy into movement without emotion. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. I must also have a dark side if I am to be whole. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Sometimes you have to do something unforgivable just to be able to go on living. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. It all depends on how we look at things, and not on how things are in themselves. The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Sensation tell us a thing is. Thinking tell us what it is this thing is. Feeling tells us what this thing is to us. In each of us, there is another whom we do not know. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. No tree, it is said, can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. If one does not understand a person, one tends to regard him as a fool. Nobody, as long as he moves among the chaotic currents of life, is without trouble. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. The true leader is always led. There's no coming to consciousness without pain. The bigger the crowd, the more negligible the individual becomes. The best political, social, and spiritual work we can do is to withdraw the projection of our shadow onto others. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Whatever is rejected from the self appears in the world as an event. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes.